Hi, and thank you for joining me for this video. So what we have here is the TOMOUNT one-person tent. And I have to say, this might be one of the best budget one-person tents I've found. Now, the tent itself comes in this really nice compact storage bag. The storage bag, lengthwise, it comes in at 43 centimeters, and widthwise it comes in at around 15 centimeters. The packed weight comes in at 1.85 kilograms. Now, taking into account the nice compact size of the storage bag and the packed weight, this tent is going to be ideal for backpacking, bike packing, or motorcycle overlanding. But then again, you can use this tent for whatever you want. Now, inside your storage bag, apart from your tent, you will have some setup instructions. You then will have a tent pole storage bag with 2 tent poles in. You will then have a ground peg storage bag with your ground pegs and some guy lines in, and then you'll have another bag which has a repair patch in and a tent pole sleeve repair if you should need it. Now, when it comes to setting up this tent, it's quick and easy. There's nothing that's going to catch you out. To be honest, it shouldn't take you longer than 5 to 7 minutes tops to set up this tent. First thing you want to do, lay your tent out and peg out the corners. Now, you don't get a footprint with this tent, so obviously you can get a footprint down first if you wish. The next thing to do is to connect both your tent poles together and then simply slide them through these tent pole sleeves on the top of your tent. You can then connect your tent poles to the corners of your tent. You will then find on both sides of your tent, you've got a couple of these little clips each side. These just clip straight on to the tent pole. And what these do is help start pulling your tent outwards, which is going to give you more room inside your tent. And then the last thing to do is simply go around your tent, finish pegging it out, connect your guy lines, get those pegged out, and you are done. Now, I haven't connected the guy lines to this tent because I've just simply quickly shown you how to set this tent up. But if you go around your tent, you will find these little loops around your tent where you simply will connect your guy lines before just pegging them out. Right, let's cover some specs on this tent. Well, first of all, you can purchase this tent here in the UK direct from Amazon for around £110. Now, currently it just comes in this one color, which is an earth tone, which is like a brownish green color. This tent is classed as a 4-season tent, so you can use it all year round. This tent, as I demonstrated, is quick and easy to set up. Now, what I like about this tent, it is a freestanding tent. So before you peg your tent out fully, you can simply lift this tent up and move it around if you wish. What I really like about a freestanding tent as well is that the inner tent is already connected to the outer fly. So when you're setting up this tent, at least you know if it's raining, the inner tent is not going to get wet. Now, this tent just has one entrance on the one side, but it also does have a couple of air vents both sides. So it's going to give you a nice little bit of airflow, but in turn, it'll also help reduce any condensation. Now, when it comes to the outer fabric of this tent, it's made from a 380T nylon. It has a hydrostatic head rating of 3000 millimeters. All the stitching is double stitched and it's tape sealed, so it is completely waterproof. What I really like about this tent, on the corners, it is reinforced with Dyneema to add durability. Now, as I said, you just get the one door on this tent. Now, the door zips are covered with storm flaps to help protect the zips. The zips on this tent are also made by YKK, which is fantastic because YKK zips are not only durable, they are anti-snag zips. Now, when it comes to this outer door, you can simply just unzip it and then roll and toggle it at the top, or you can unzip it, pull it out and use a couple of trekking poles or sticks to create a nice canopy. Now, with this tent, when the outer door is down, it does give you a little bit of a vestibule on the inside, but I have to say it's not that big, and it's definitely not big enough to cook in. but you could use it to store a few little items. Now, when it comes to the inner tent, the top part of the tent is mesh, so it's going to give you a nice bit of airflow, which is going to help reduce any condensation, but more importantly, it's going to help stop any of those insects getting into your tent. The mesh also has like a little bit of a water repellent on, so should you get a little bit of water on it, it will simply just run straight off. Now, when it comes to the fabric just underneath the mesh, this is made from a 20 denier nylon. The bathtub floor is made from a 210T Oxford polyester, and it has a hydrostatic head rating of 3000 millimeters. All the stitching is double stitched and it's tape sealed, so it is completely waterproof. Now, as you can see, you have a half moon door on the inner tent, which when unzipped can be rolled, and it is toggled at the bottom of your tent. Now, when it comes to the internal size of this tent, it's not a bad size for one person. The length comes in at around 220 centimeters. The width comes in at around 120 centimeters, and then the internal height comes in at around 90 centimeters. As you can see, you also get a nice little lamp hook on the ceiling, and then you also get a storage pocket both ends of your tent. You can also, what I've noticed, disconnect your inner tent from the outer fly if you choose just to use the outer tent on its own. So my final thoughts on this two-mount one-person tent. Well, I have to say I really like this tent, and for around £110, I think this is a cracking little tent with some great features. Now, if you're looking for a budget one-person tent, I would definitely have a look and consider this tent. This tent will definitely tick a lot of boxes for a lot of people. Now, is it perfect in every way? No, it's not. But then again, what tent is? But for the money, I think this tent is an absolute winner. But let me know in the comments what you think about this tent and if this is a tent you would consider buying. But in saying that, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And lastly, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.